Okay, hello Grace Bible Church. This is a highly well-edited video with Darren and me.
We're such pros.
That's right. And we do have, right below camera level, cue cards. See? Well, obviously, a lot has been happening, so we wanted to share some information with you. Trump today, our president, issued a challenge to governors, and that challenge was to open churches. We believe because of that our governor could make some sort of announcement very soon. Maybe even by the time you see this video, he'll already have made the announcement. We're trying to keep up. Because the guidelines for churches will include issues such as social distancing and limited numbers gathering together, sanitation, new seating arrangements, traffic flow, and those sorts of issues, the leadership of Grace Bible Church is right now and has been working feverishly to do things with order, with excellence, and to open with order and excellence. So we'll be organizing all aspects of ministry in some new ways to respond to the guidelines that we're just now receiving. We already know and we can anticipate that we're going to need to be flexible. Things will change as we go. I assume we're going to have to adjust.
Everything we do is written in pencil these days with a big eraser on the back ready to be used.
So based on the fact that we want to be wise and we want to be prepared, assuming our governor opens churches in the next hours or days, this is important. We will plan on meeting as a church, not this coming Sunday, May 24th, but listen very carefully, the following weekend, Saturday, May 30th, and Sunday, May 31st, if permitted, if the governor opens this up.
And some interesting things to note, things are not going to be business as usual around here. They haven't been business as usual for the last couple months, but we're going to be having a Saturday and Sunday service is how we're going to be doing these. Saturday, we're hoping to have one beginning May 30th at 4:30 p.m. Second one would be, or then we'd have two on Sunday at 9:15 and 10:45. So we'd be having a multi-service weekend. Again, Saturday 4:30, Sunday 9:15, 10:45. Make sure we're hoping to spread out those times so that we can appropriately between services make things clean. We can sanitize. We can follow the CDC recommendations. These meeting times, everything will need to be. Registered. See, I'm reading his cue cards.
I make him say only what I want.
There you go. We're going to have registered opportunities on GraceNet for you to actually sign up for a service. For one of those services with your families, and that is really going to be one of the only ways you can get in is by signing up for that service so that we can regulate the flow of the people coming into the church.
Right, I'll just throw in here, it's super important that we all cooperate with that and sign up online. Our member care ministry will catch up with those who don't have the ability to do that, but that's the only way we can manage this. If everybody goes to just the service they want, then we won't be able to comply with the government guidelines.
And I've had a lot of questions about what about childcare? And obviously that is a concern and something, it's going to be limited or unavailable during the next little bit of time that we have. We suggest families with small children consider kind of trading off babysitting with each other, sharing your kids with other people, I guess is the best way to put it. Trading off who looks after so that one family can attend the service. We're also going to have kind of an overflow space for families with small children. If a mother needs to get up with her kid, they will be able to go over there and take them. But we will give a lot of grace in all of this as we will have many children in our service. So just a couple more things. Also for now, we'll not be able to have our Sunday school classes, our regular Sunday school classes or children's church, but you can continue what you've been doing at home and what you've been doing with your kids, and we would strongly encourage you to do that. Also, we'll continue to live stream our 1045 service, because we know that there are going to be those who have health concerns and want to stay at home for any reason, and we are not going to pressure you to be here. We will make that available so you can still participate with us online.
And along with that, our goal and our hope is to continue live streaming from now on. That has been such a blessing, and our tech guys have just been heroic in working that out and figuring out how to get that done. So 1045 will be live streamed. Now, through this whole crisis, we've been working, Darren and I and Mark Harriger kind of at the front lines, and then others involved as well, in coming up with plans for when we reopen. Small problem is every time everything changes, we take those plans and we tear them into little bits because they're irrelevant all of a sudden. So we have lots of terrific plans that mean nothing whatsoever. So now with new guidelines coming down, even just in the last hours, we're taking what we've done that we can use and putting that together. We established what we've called a reopening commission, and so they are working hard right now. It's made up of some elders, some deacons, some staff, to assess and to work on every single detail, because there are lots of details. We have to adjust to issues such as ushering, traffic flow, sanitation, guest care, signage, security, technical issues, and anything else that guidelines have us deal with. So we're working on those right now.
Some of the guidelines that have been expressed also express the concern about singing in a group setting. Now, obviously, that's a big concern for me as well. We will continue singing as much as we're allowed to, but it will be on a limited basis. We anticipate that masks are going to be recommended. We are not going to enforce the masks unless we are forced to.
Don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen. But we're going to ask for those who differ with you on whatever side of the mask issue, that you just show love and respect and defer to each other on whether you should be using a mask or not.
Right. A masked person does not make you a Calvinist, and unmasked Arminian. We're not going to go
Or
that.
vice versa.
Well, it actually would be the other way around.
So,
So unmasked.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, on a more serious note, as a church, we took a stand. And that stand is to obey the governing authorities that God has put over us. And this has been important to us. One of the things we've talked about as leaders is we don't want to come to the end of this crisis and have regrets. We don't want to regret that we pouted or that we moaned or that we complained. We instead want to come through this in a way that is pleasing to the Lord and honoring to Him. And so we want to finish strong. And we want to ask you to continue to have patience with us as we grow, have patience with one another. Pray for us as we plan. It's the most interesting thing in the world to make 1,000 plans and have all of them in the garbage can. Be patient with the hiccups and the challenges along the way. I'm sure there's one giant thing that we'll forget here and there, and we'll try to adjust. And so we thank you in advance for your patience. 2 other notes about worship services. The first one is we will monitor registrations, and if 3 services are inadequate, if they fill up quickly, and that would be a great problem, we've already scheduled a 4th service that we would open up. We're not going to tell you when it is because it might be at 4 a.m. Possibly. But we have scheduled a 4th service, so never fear if you go to all 3 services and they're shut down. We'll be opening the 4th one, and you can register for that one. We'll open the 5th if we have to. At that point, we're asking for raises if we go to 5 services.
Well, and just contribute to the joyful generosity.
That's
so
right.
We can have a bigger building.
Absolutely. The other note about worship services, I was outvoted 4,000 to 1 on this one, but we will suspend Sunday evening services for now because we'd have to add 3 more, and that will just become really unbearable for everybody. So we'll suspend that. We will get back to the book of Numbers. I was looking this up, and the book of Numbers is 3,500 years old. So it'll still be there in a month or two when we're ready to get back to it. When it's time, we will reopen Sunday evening service. I hear rumors that we're going to have ice cream involved with that and so forth. So that will happen. But for now, we'll suspend Sunday evening services.
I believe you started those rumors.
I did start those rumors. You weren't supposed to say that.
But, well, we just need you to know that we have been praying for you by name. I know our entire pastoral staff and our leadership team has been praying for you through this. As many of us have spent as well many hours planning and prepping and figuring out what the Lord would have us do. And as Steve has said so many times, we made a lot of plans, but as Proverbs says, in his heart a man plans his way, but the Lord determines his steps, and we seek to follow that. So we spent hours and days planning and attempting to anticipate our best options. And so we ask you to also just be patient and stay strong in the Lord with us.
Well, assuming that the governor does open things up, and we're waiting for his order, we want to finish strong and not jump ahead, but assuming he does open things up, then we will look forward to seeing as many of you as you feel like can come or safely be here. We'll see you on Saturday, May 30th, or Sunday, May 31st. This was supposed to be a 2-minute video, so thank you for the 11 minutes that you've tuned in. Lord bless all of you, and we'll see you Saturday or Sunday next week, Lord willing.
God bless.